SugarMarket's Nurture Journey Designer allows users to create pre-established journeys that can dynamically change based on a person's engagement activity. For example, when a web lead or visitor performs a specific action, SugarMarket can respond by delivering content that's related to the step where they are most likely engaged in the buyer's journey. The journeys users create are made up of elements that represent different actions and conditions. Conditional elements can include email opens, link clicks, web page hits and web activity sessions, form completions, even form question answers, or we can even evaluate any field value that we're syncing from the CRM record. Actions can incorporate email sends, marketing actions like adding someone to a list or maybe removing someone from a marketing list, alerts to certain groups or sales users, as well as actions within the CRM like automatically creating tasks or opportunities. In this example, we've created a journey that sends an email, waits 7 days, then looks to see if the contact clicked on a link within the email. If they did click on the link within the email, we have a task automatically being created in the CRM for a salesperson to follow up. And if the recipient did not click on the link within the email, then we have a second follow-up email being sent. In this next example, we'll demonstrate a trigger that when a lead arrives at a landing page, SugarMarket will track that activity and increase that lead score by 10 points. We just saw that the lead visited the landing page. So now when we go to refresh the page we were on earlier showing the lead record, you'll see that the record now shows an additional 10 points within the scoring summary, as well as the lead's new score of 10, which resulted from the landing page visit. In this next example, we're highlighting the process of creating a workflow for when a lead downloads a white paper. That lead will then be added to a pre-designed nurture where the first step is to wait 3 days before a follow-up email is sent. Now that we're done creating our email, you can see here that our workflow is complete and has been validated. The next step would be to add the inclusion list for this nurture. Under the Include column for the contacts we'd like to include in this nurture, we're specifying to add anyone converting from the landing page we've set up, or in this specific example, anyone who has completed the gated asset form to download our Sugar overview. So anyone who's completed that landing page form to download the overview will automatically be enrolled in this nurture and in line to receive the next email after 3 days have passed. And what I'm showing you now, I'm actually taking us back to the lead record to show that we're now able to see that form submission within the lead's journey, which is the download of the overview, which we had set up as a gated asset. We can also see how they are now enrolled in the nurture workflow we've set up so they can receive the follow-up email after 3 days. One way users can route leads to specific sales users in SugarMarket is through form submission rules. After a form is completed, field submission rules allow you to evaluate how the questions were answered and to launch specific actions such as lead routing and assignment. For example, here I'm setting rules for anyone who's answered the question about their industry. If the lead has indicated that they are in the hospitality or retail industry, then that lead will automatically get routed and assigned to the sales rep whose sales skills align with those two industries, or in this case, the sales rep Morgan Sadowski. In addition to leveraging each form question answer for lead assignment, SugarMarket has a selection of routing rules applying to new leads coming into the system. These routing rules can include a primary contact that's been determined by the administrator, country geos, which allow users to route leads based on the country selected by the recipient, state geos, where you can route leads based on the state selected by the recipient, postal codes, which allow you to route the lead based on postal codes the lead selected, and geo waterfall, which takes into account 3 sets of geos: postal code, state, and country. And lastly, round robin, which will take a list of users and assign them in equal portions in a circular order.
Let's wrap up the lead section by having a look at how a lead is qualified using MQL SQL processes and then assigned to a sales user. So in this case, we're looking at a scoring profile. And down below, you see there's MQL and SQL qualifiers. By drilling through on SQL, we'll now examine the rule set. When we see the rule set here, we see that we first add that to a nurture campaign, and then we can push that contact or contacts over to the external CRM system. We send a scoring alert to the individual who's been assigned to, and we can update that contact record with other data, such as working with a certain person or open to interest. When we navigate on to CRM, within CRM, there's a process definition. At the time a lead arrives within the CRM system, it's inspected and determines which region and which territory it fits into. At that time, it makes a lead routing decision and then notifies the sales representative that that lead has been assigned to them and also can schedule a follow-up task if desired.